I want to welcome everybody. Thank you so very much for coming to our presentation tonight. Today, we're going to be talking, folks, about your path to one whole Bitcoin. Now, this we have for you, and we're going to share with you a simple system that can help you generate one whole Bitcoin in 1 year, 90 days, or for some, in as little as 30 days. Now, all you have to do is to master one simple skill, and anyone can do that. And with that, you can create an absolute fortune. Okay. Now let's just stop for a minute. How would one whole Bitcoin change your life? How would it impact your family, your future for generations to come? And what if that one whole Bitcoin was just the start of ongoing Bitcoin cash flow? So it's not like you get there and you stop. Trust me, folks, you get to one Bitcoin, the Satoshi will continue to pile up. Ongoing Bitcoin cash flow. So let me ask you another question. Where do you expect Bitcoin to be in the next few years? 100 grand? We're a little bit below that after a little bit of a retracement. Quarter million, $500,000, $1 million or more? In fact, Michael Saylor, the CEO and head guy over at MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy, believes that in the next 10 years or so, we could see 13 million Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. Other financial experts have pulled their other experts, and there's varying degrees of where Bitcoin could be over the next few years. You can see they're out a couple of years. Some are calling for a quarter million, 500,000, out another 10, 15 years, 4, 5, and 6 million Bitcoin. The bottom line is the trajectory is up. If you've been in Bitcoin as long as I have, or even if you just came in, you're familiar that prices bounce up and down. That's why building Bitcoin rather than buying Bitcoin is the way to go. You don't have to come out of pocket. With our system, you're getting good advertising, and at the same time, you're basically doing dollar cost averaging with your earnings. Now, Bitcoin is still new to the world. Here's an interesting fact. Only 4% of the world's population holds Bitcoin. That's it. 4%. Just imagine if every single one of them, all those billions of people, bought 1,000 Satoshi. Okay. Something as small as that. Oftentimes you hear people talking about what would happen if every single millionaire in the world tried to buy one Bitcoin. They can't. There's more millionaires than there are, one Bitcoins. So there will be a mad dash at some point. And one of the things I like to say is slowly, slowly, and then all at once. So what we want to do is a system that is paying us, that we're earning with almost on a daily basis. So when that does happen, you're already accumulating. So just imagine owning one whole Bitcoin when the price is at 1, 2, 3, 5, $10 million. And you just keep earning, keep adding to your Bitcoin stash automatically. And best of all, you have the option to start absolutely free. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Okay. This is really a lot of fun for me. I love doing these presentations because I get to help a lot of people be in a position to help themselves. My name's Clint. Okay. I'm the co-founder of Infinity Traffic Boost. We are the global Bitcoin accumulation and advertising community. I'm a boomer dad and grandpa to 2 fantastic grandkids. And yep, I put this presentation together a few months ago and realized, yikes, my grandkids are going to be 6 and 4 in June and August. So I need to roll that over. They're closer to 6 and 4. Great kids, great kids. Now, I'm also Bitcoin class of 2013. Yep, I've been around a long time. I bought my first Bitcoin through Coinbase at $500, sold it about a week and a half later for $750. I thought I was the smartest guy in the room. Apparently not. But yeah, I've been around. So my good friend Frank Bauer and I launched ITB back in 2017. Yep, folks, we just had our 8-year birthday. Now, ITB is owned by a 15-year-old Australian company controlled by Frank. And as I said, I'm co-founder. Our community has 40,000 members, and we're growing every single day. But here's the key point. This is why you're here. We want to pay you substantially to help us build our community. Now, our community is an advertising community. You can use our community, advertise your programs, products, or services. Anything that's, legal, morally and ethically, and can be delivered electronically. You can advertise it here. But better yet, here's where the rubber meets the road, folks. You can earn in two different compensation plans when you help us grow our community. And I want to kind of highlight and not go too heavy on this, but you can be proud of this project. All right, something that you can really put your weight behind and be proud of. So let's have a look. Now, in our community, we're going to talk about the advertising. We're going to talk about the USP, or the thing that holds this thing together that's so unique. And then we're going to talk about the money and the path to one whole Bitcoin. So the two advertising systems in our community are a traffic exchange, that's what launched in 2017, and the list mailer, which launched in early 24. All right. Both systems have their own unlimited income compensation plans. Truly, folks, unlimited income. Now, we're going to be focusing primarily on the list mailer today. Why? Because we have a simple path to one whole Bitcoin that could create generation for you and your family, and that path runs directly through the mailer. I can show you with the mailer plan, and easy to understand. And then we're going to briefly touch on the exchange comp plan, which is a little more complicated, but all you have to do is follow what your team does and follow what's best for you and duplicate it. We're going to, it is so very, very simple. Okay. The bonus exchange, we will be doing trading. The stream from the traffic exchange, I guarantee you won't be able to sleep at night. You'll go, wait a minute, no, that can't happen. It does. Absolutely incredible. No other company in the world has this compensation plan that we've coupled with our mailer compensation plan. It truly is cool. We're really proud of it. It's a little complicated to explain, but that's the beauty. You don't have to understand exactly how the sausage is made, just to understand what to do so you have a really nice hot dog. All right. So one whole Bitcoin or more in 1 year or less. Okay. How does this all work? Let's have a look. First of all, what is it we're selling? What do we have? What's on offer? A list mailer. This is push advertising that allows you to send an advertising email to other community members. You do that in exchange for agreeing to receive emails from members. List mailers are similar. Okay, it's a proven marketing model, but it is used by tens to hundreds of thousands of marketers around the world for great success. All right. So it is a proven system. And this is, as I said, more kind of push advertising. Now, a traffic exchange is similar in that you view websites of other members. Okay. You do this in exchange for them viewing your website. Okay. Very simple concept and very, very efficient, especially when you consider that we're talking to a highly motivated, highly qualified audience here, where everybody in our community is pretty much a business opportunity seeker and has some knowledge of cryptocurrencies. A wonderful intersection of groups to market to. Now, we plan to grow ITB Mailer to millions of members, and I'm going to explain to you why. It's because of two unique features. One, we're a Bitcoin-based system, and two, massive leverage of our multi-tier compensation plan. As I said before, I think everybody in here wants Bitcoin. How do we get it? Let's help you get it on a regular basis, even a few Satoshi a day. Keep doing it. Keep building it. Hopefully you don't have to sell it. All right. Build that Bitcoin at today's prices so that we're in the six and maybe even the seven figures. You're looking back going, I'm so glad I built an income and was stacking sats with ITB. But the power of this, folks, the power of this is that what we're dealing with is the power of leverage. Okay. In both compensation plans, the mailer and the traffic exchange, you in essence have infinity potential. You have unlimited growth potential. All right. Now we're going to talk here about the comp plan in ITB mailer. We call it the locked in comp plan, and I'm going to explain why that is in just a second. Now, most important is our perpetually sustainable business model. Now, you may say, Clint, that's kind of arrogant. How can it be perpetually sustainable? I'm going to explain that right now. Think about it. As our community grows, okay, as you bring in more referrals, looking for advertising, looking for ways to stack their sats, they want to build their advertising, excuse me, build their Bitcoin without spending much or any money. That's what we're here to do. So as the community grows, so does the advertising value. We have 40,000 members in our community now. Just think about the value and the utility of our advertising packages when we have 50, 75, 100, 250,000 members. Of course, you're going to keep buying. Of course, you're going to keep using our advertising, and so will your team. And that's where the value comes in. Okay. So as the community grows, the value grows. More people are looking at your ads. As the value grows, so will the sales and the commissions, which in turn drives more value. Okay. We call this a virtuous circle of value and price. That's what this image is all about. All right. And I know we haven't started talking about the money or the path to one Bitcoin, but I really want our community to understand what we're doing and why. There's so many things out there. Hot, hot, hot. Join this, do this, pull your Bitcoin, get 7 times your Bitcoin in instantly and spill over. Okay, that's nice. We're 8 years old, folks. We provide a value. We have a business model that's perpetually sustainable, home to infinity traffic boost, because the bigger we get, the greater the value, the greater the value, the bigger we'll get. Now, this isn't just me talking. We've got testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. Okay, here's a fellow that says he's been getting daily views, clicks, even sign up to all the offers he's promoting. Another fellow here, Brian, I think he's in our presentation now. He sent out he upgraded in the mailer, sent out an email, and within a half an hour began to get signups. Okay, I'm not saying that's going to happen with everybody. What I am saying is that our advertising works. You need to have a product. You know, there's all kinds of money games and gifting and all kinds of junk out there. That's fine. It's like penny stocks. We are a blue chip. If you want to stack your sats, if you want to build one whole Bitcoin, if you want advertising to build your other businesses, this is where you want to be. Okay, so that's the background and the logic. And again, think about this presentation. Yes, we're talking about one whole Bitcoin, but this is all basic fundamentals. It's kind of like in the movie Hoosiers, which is one of my favorite movies. Gene Hackman, rest in peace. You know, he didn't have his team in Hoosiers even shoot ball until the second week of practice. They were working on fundamentals, dribbling, defense, positioning of your feet on defense and offense. Same thing here. I want you to know who we are so you can proudly represent it. Okay? But let's get into the details. Let's talk about the ITB compensation plan, the ITB mailer compensation plan, which we call the locked-in comp plan. Now, this is simple. It's powerful and astoundingly inclusive. Now, you're going to kind of say, Clint, what's inclusive got to do with this? Don't worry, I'll explain. Now, there's only 2 membership levels, free and paid. I don't know about you folks, but that's about as simple as it can get. Both free and paid members can earn on direct referrals, and each of free and paid members can earn down an additional 9 levels. That's massive leverage. Infinity width, 9 levels deep. Okay, that means you're always going to earn on an additional 9 levels of all your direct referrals. I'll talk about our model versus a force matrix in just a second. Now, get a little bit of details. I don't want to turn this into a training. Don't worry, we got all kinds of training on the comp plan, but paid members will earn 34% on direct referrals. That's a magic number. You'll see why in a second. And free members earn 12.75% on direct referrals. Again, both paid and free members earn down an additional 9 levels. Here's a chart. Again, this isn't intended to be a training, but I want those of you that are experienced to know this is how the mailer comp plan works. It's really simple. Okay, you can see there that paid members earn basically 2.5 times more than the free members. If you're a free member, thank you for marketing our company. I appreciate your effort, your time. I'm going to pay you on your sales and your downline, but you want to get upgraded. Okay, that's where you're going to earn 2.5 times more. Now, this is where we get back to the inclusivity. We know that a lot of people out there are really struggling. We know a lot of people have been burned in this industry. Okay, free members and those getting started for the smallest amount possible are the lifeblood of our community. We're here to build trust and confidence with everybody. And so we designed a system not only in the mailer comp plan, but in the exchange comp plan, where you make a sale, you will get paid. How many times have you joined something, you bring in a big hitter, he buys the $2,000 package, and it just goes like a thief in the night, right by you? Not here, folks. Okay, you make a sale, you're going to get paid. Maybe not as much as a paid member, but you're going to get paid. That's important to us. Now, in the ITB mailer comp plan, you're always locked in. Your team is always locked into you and your downline. We're going to show you in a minute. We have monthly, annual, and lifetime memberships. So if you, for some reason, start with monthly and can't keep up with it, you are not compressed out. You will continue to earn, albeit at a lower level. That's why we call it the locked in comp plan. Your team is always locked into you. Super important. And I think, folks, as we go forward in time, more and more people are going to greatly appreciate that. Okay. You truly can join free, earn free, build free. I need to actually swap those around. Join free, build free, earn free. But with a low cost to upgrade, why not choose that and earn 2.5 times more? So let's take a look at the math, and then we're going to take a look at the path to one whole coin this year. Now, the math is simple. The power of three. Remember I talked to you about the 34% and then it was a magic number? 3 times 34% is 100%. That means with three, in essence, you've gotten your money back. Make 3 referrals at the level that you purchased, and you'll have your money back. That means your ROI, your return on investment, is infinity, because you have your investment back. So with just 3 referrals, you start your journey to one whole Bitcoin and earn back your price. That's the value of the 34%. So let's take a look at the power of duplication. All right. So this little chart, again, nothing ever works perfect except in nature. All right. So as you can see here, this is based on making 3 direct referrals, and they get 3 and they get 3. That's not going to happen exactly. You're going to get 2, and one of those guys is going to get 20, or you're going to get 7, and one of those guys is going to get, 20, whatever the case may be. The point is, I want to give you a roadmap. Remember I said we want to make it simple? You understand this comp plan. 3 get 3. Perfect. All right. Look at that green box at the bottom. 1.18 Bitcoin. Now, this is based on $95,000 Bitcoin. Prices at ITB are based in Bitcoin. So as long as we're between 62,500 and 125,000, these prices in Bitcoin always stay the same. Okay. We'll talk about that in a second. But look at that. 1 Bitcoin. You get 3, they get 3. Now, wait a minute. Did you notice something? Which one of you in here has an eagle eye? That was only 9 levels. What's the impact of 10 deep leverage? 3 and 1/2 Bitcoin. Now, what are we doing here? What are we offering? We're offering to people. Everybody you talk to needs advertising. Everybody you talk to wants Bitcoin. This should be as easy as taking candy from a baby. Baby shouldn't be eating candy and sugar anyway, but that's a story for another day. 3 get 3. 3.5 Bitcoin, folks. I don't know about you, but come Christmas time, holiday time, I'd sure like to have 3.5 Bitcoin. All right. So again, not 1, but 3 Bitcoin following our path, the path, your path to one whole Bitcoin. But what did I say? That's based on the annual. Okay. What does that mean? Every single year. Remember when I said that when we get to 1 Bitcoin, all right, in essence, we will have created a tsunami of Satoshi that will overwhelm you. It will just keep going. Why would anybody not renew? Because we're now at 100,000 or 250,000 or 500,000 people in our community. Of course they're going to renew. You know what that means? You get paid 10 levels deep. That's the math. What's the path? What has to be done to earn one whole Bitcoin in just 1 year? How about in 3 months or even as little as 30 days? Let's break that down. Look at that winding road. We can do it, folks. All right. All you have to learn to do is invite, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. It's really simple. Be dedicated to building your IT business, help others, and have fun. Let's grow this community to millions. And once we're in millions of members, course, there's going to be people coming, and they already do. People come to our community and buy advertising because it works. Yeah, they're interested in the business opportunity, but they come back, they renew, they buy another TPO, they buy, they make sure that they're upgraded in the mailer because it works. And remember, the bigger we get, the greater the value, the bigger we'll get. Now, it's all about how fast you want to build one Bitcoin. Set the tone for your team. You lead, others will follow and duplicate, but have fun. Okay? And remember, this is incredibly, stupidly affordable, and there even is a free option. So, what are we going to do? Can you make 3 referrals in a month? So I want you to think about something. How many programs are you involved? How many referrals do you have in each one of those programs? How many people in those programs need advertising? How many of those people want Bitcoin? All of them. Okay? This is just about sharing. It's not selling. It's not telling. It's not convincing. It's just selling. Excuse me. It's just telling. Sorry. It's just sharing. And you can see here, you make 3 referrals in a month. That means in 10 months, you'll have 3.5 Bitcoin. Now, what happens if you have a little bit of a sense of urgency? Make 3 referrals in a week, and those people do the same. Instead of in a month, you'll have a Bitcoin in 10 weeks, which is less than 90 days. Now, we know that nothing is perfect in the world, but if you just said, darn it, I'm going to, kind of like in pro football or any football, do your job. If you're the offensive tackle, you know who you got to block. You got to block that middle linebacker. Go block him. Don't worry about the defensive back. Don't worry about anybody else. Do your job. Same thing with you. Do your job. Go get 3. Help them get their 3 by being there, encouraging them to come to the webinars, show them how to use the presentations, participate in our 3 Allies marketing training. Just do your job, get your 3, and encourage others to do the same. Because 3 sales in a week is not a lot, because you have multiple programs you're involved in with multiple direct referrals, and all those people need advertising, and all of those people want Bitcoin. It's just simple. Now, if you're absolutely over the top, I want to make a whole bunch of Bitcoin by summer, you could actually do it in 30 days by making 3 direct sales in 3 days. Now, this begins to be a little bit of a sense of urgency, but folks, it can be done. And we're going to come up with some new ways to help you with that. Having some back-to-back-to-back presentations on Saturdays, and continue to do these webinars, giving you more marketing materials, doing more training on inviting. We'll do whatever we can to help succeed. But by making 3 referrals in 3 days and duplicating that down 10 levels, you'll have 1 Bitcoin in 30 days. And I don't want you to think about the fact that means maybe $85,000 or $90,000. I want you to think about what that means for generational wealth. What happens if we do see $500,000 this year? What happens if we do see 5 million in 5 years? What happens if we do see 10 million in 10 years? And you're sitting on this Bitcoin that you earned, you didn't buy, you earned. That would be incredible. And this is the path to make it happen. And remember, it's recurring income. It's recurring in the exchange. It's recurring in the mailer. Okay. And the model is perpetually sustainable, advertising based, which everybody needs. Okay. So let's take a look at the cost. This is where it gets really, really fun. How affordable is it? Remember, our goal is to build the mailer to millions of people. We're getting started, growing. The value grows every day. We have 3 upgrade options during what we're calling our pre-launch. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a minute. The pre-launch is when we have 1,000 total paid members. We've got over 4,500, close to 5,000 members in the mailer, and we have less than 1,000. So we're still in that pre-launch where these prices I'm going to show you are still available. Keep remembering that paid members earn 250% more, or 2.5 times more than free members. Let's talk about the annual membership. That's what the path to 1 Bitcoin is based on. Okay. That cost is 50,000 Satoshi, which is about 45 or 50 bucks at today's prices. This is the pre-launch price. It's a 50% discount from the price after we have 1,000 paid members. And it will lock in that price at the end at that rate for renewal, as long as you keep your subscription current. Okay. So this is a great deal because you're not only getting it for half price, but you're able to renew at half price as long as you maintain that subscription. The lifetime membership, 200,000 Satoshi, less than $200. And this is only available during the pre-launch. It will never, ever require you to pay anything again to earn full commissions in the mailer. Now, the extended monthly, this is where it's affordable to everybody, folks. If you're in business, if you're working with a business online, you have to spend at least some money on advertising. This is your best value if you're watching your budget. This is probably closer to $10 at the current prices in Bitcoin. All right. Now I want, and that's the monthly, but I'm going to explain to you why you shouldn't panic about a monthly payment at this point. So, three valuable insights about this pre-launch pricing. The lifetime membership will only be offered during the first 1,000. It'll never be offered again, ever. I promise you. Secondly, listen carefully. The extended monthly and the extended annual subscriptions, their clock will not start until the 1,000 paid memberships have been sold. So if you're really watching your budget, you want to try and get the annual, but you want to be earning full commission, great. Buy the monthly. You're in. You have all the benefits at this point during this time in the membership of a annual and even a lifetime member. In other words, you're going to earn full commission and be able to mail to 3,000 members every 3 days during your membership. Okay, your paid membership. Your clock doesn't start until the 1,000th membership has been sold. So let's say it takes us, where are we? Mid-March. Let's say it takes us until mid-April, mid-May to get that 1,000th membership sold. Your clock doesn't start until we've sold that 1,000th membership. That means that you're in essence getting a free paid membership and the benefits, the mailing benefits and the full commission benefits of a full paid member. There's no reason to wait. Now, the extended annual, as I said before, has an additional benefit. It will renew at 50,000 Satoshi as long as the renewal is updated. Okay. The annual membership, for those that initially purchased the annual after the first 1,000 paid members, it'll be 100,000 Satoshi. Okay. Now, the locked in comp plan is not a forced matrix. This is the mailer membership. Why is it not forced? Well, forced matrix basically rewards people that are lazy and sit around waiting for spillover. It also hurts people like you that make referrals. Why do I say it hurts you? Because I want you to earn down 9 levels on all of your direct referrals. What happens if you talk to somebody in October and you filled your matrix? If we were a forced matrix, let's say you were filled down to your 6th level and you bring in Joe, huge hitter. Most of his members are going to fall off the bottom of your matrix, but not with ITV mailer. Your direct referral you bring in October will be on your 1st level. You will earn 9 levels. You're going to earn an 8% commission on all of his directs. He brings in 1,000 people paid. You earn 8% on all of those every single month or year. So it is much more fair to those who do the work. Your direct referrals will always be on your top level, earning you to earn max 9 level income. That's super important. In other words, your income potential is truly unlimited. Now, that's the mailer. That's the path to 1 Bitcoin. I think you can understand it. 3 get 3 down 10 levels. Simple. All right. But what would happen if we had an easy to duplicate bonus path to 1 Bitcoin? Something a little bit different. We're still going to go to the same place. We're just going to take a side road, maybe through the, through the beaten path. You need a 4-wheel drive up over the mountain, but it's much more exciting, be more lucrative, and a little bit harder to understand. That's what we've got here. Traffic exchange. Okay, it's a completely separate compensation plan. Okay, it can pay to infinity depth. This is comp plan diversification. When I was a financial planner back in my 40s, we'd talk to people about, having bonds and stocks and cash and gold. And, there wasn't Bitcoin back then, but a financial planner today will tell you you need to have 1, 2, 3% of your portfolio in Bitcoin and in gold. You have compensation plan diversification, which means that your downline can earn for you in different ways. Okay. In addition to that, as we talked about, the traffic exchange provides a different ad resource and much more duplication leverage. This is huge. So this comp plan, we're going to wrap this up, but I really wanted you to understand all these pieces. The comp plan is the Power 11. Why do we call it Power 11? Because we have 11 price points where you can earn 30 to 80% commissions. This is important, 30 to 80%. That number's kind of familiar, right? So what that means is that even if you're a free member and you sell one of the big packages, we have packages that are as much as $1,000 and $2,000 and even more dollars, you're going to earn 30% if you make that direct referral. Okay, that's important to us. If you're working hard, if you're putting your name, your stamp of approval on our community, I want to pay you. You deserve it. All right. Now, that can be to infinity depth. Listen carefully. This is the only explanation of this comp plan I'm going to give in this presentation because I don't want to get off track. We'll do a full deep dive presentation that we'll record and share with everybody here, probably in April, so you really understand it. But I want you to grasp this. Every single new referral can generate up to 11 new referrals for you. Wait, what? Yep. Every time you make a referral, a direct referral, that person wants to, has an incentive to send you up to 11 referrals. That's wild. That only isn't referral, but the referrals income potential, the recurring income potential. It'll blow your doors off. So let's swing back around. What did I just say? Each new referral can generate up to 11 new referrals, and each new referral of those 11. Now, right now, your head's probably spinning. You go, Clint, wrap this thing up. I'm going to. But I want you to try and crack your brain open just a little bit to let this concept come in. You make a referral. That person, quote unquote, owes you 11 referrals. Each of those 11, quote unquote, owes you 11. That's 121. And they have an incentive, a desire to send those referrals to you because it's in their best interest. 11 times 11, 121. 11 times 121, 1331. You see where we're going. Is this going to happen exactly like that? Of course not. But the math, the logic, the power, and the potential is there. We're going to be doing training on this comp plan. We're going to be talking about the power line. Excuse me, we're going to be talking about your pay line where people are on your pay line. And we've actually got that tracked in the back office for you to show how many people, when they purchase, you'll earn a commission. And each one of those people owe you 11, up to 11. It's absolutely mind-bogglingly powerful. Okay? And it's up to you to unleash that power. And income, recurring income, to infinity depth on 11 price points to infinity depth. That's the income staircase. Now, you'll notice, folks, that over on the far left, you see TPO1. That's the first package you get. I forget how many advertising credits you get, but it's priced at 3,200 Satoshi if you're using internal funds, all the way up to 0.032 Bitcoin. I want to point out a couple things, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. When you purchase on the income staircase, you are able to earn 80% commissions at that TPO level, all steps lower and one higher. You buy TPO 7 for 0.002, okay, which would be about what, $160. You will be able to earn 80% commissions and qualify for upsales on TPOs 1 through 8. The math is mind-boggling. You do not have to buy each income staircase step on the income staircase individually. So, you know, as the knight said in one of the movies, I'm spacing right now, choose wisely, okay? Choose wisely, okay? Because your path to the TPO 11 that has all kinds of benefits, including, you know, purchase boost activation for 4 years, is well worth it. So it's simple to participate, easy to duplicate, just follow the leader. Now, what are the purchase recommendations? This is one of the things that we've done. We want to simplify this. There's 11 price points. Oh my gosh, what do we do? There's 3 price points in the mailer. Oh gosh, what do we do? Here's what we recommend, okay? Based on the mailer. Remember, where's Path to 1 Bitcoin go? Right direct through the mailer. right? So we want to make sure that we talk about that first and then pair or match a purchase with the traffic exchange. So for those of you, all right, that have a little bit of money, got a little bit of a list, you need some advertising, buy the mailer lifetime. Only available until we hit 1,000 paid members in the mailer. That's about right now, probably closer to 170 bucks, and purchase TPO 7. All right. So you're looking again at about 350 bucks based on today's prices. And while that's not all in, that's a nice, healthy entry level. Can you buy a higher TPO? Absolutely. Check with your sponsor, make sure they're upgraded to the level they want to be so they can earn 80% commissions. But this is kind of logically where we want to be talking to people, all right, for the on the upside. For those of you who don't quite have that, but you want to get rocking and rolling, have a leg up, buy the extended annual in the mailer and TPO 5. You're talking about less than 100 bucks. Not that much money for the advertising and the opportunity that you're getting. For those of you really strapped for cash, buy the extended monthly. That's closer to 10 bucks, and the TPO 2 closer probably to 5 bucks. Definitely under 20 bucks. Okay. Those are the three options. You can mix and match, talk to your sponsor, ask in the Telegram group or in the Facebook group, talk to me. All right, let me know what you're trying to accomplish. But the best thing to do, folks, is keep it simple. Buy one of those three options, and then when your team says, "What did you do?" you can say, "Hey, I bought the extended annual and the TPO 5." "Oh, no, I went ahead and did the lifetime and the TPO 7, whatever the case may be. Keep it simple. Okay. The power of the locked in and the Power 11 comp plans are absolutely explosive. Trust me. I know some of you may not know me from a box of rocks, but when you start focusing on the mailer and people go, "Okay, great, I got my 3, and on this level I got 7, on this level I got 18, whatever." And then you log in the morning and you go, "Where's all this Bitcoin? Where's it coming from? I've only got 2 more in my mailer." You know where they're coming from? From the infinity depth commissions of 30 to 80%. And if you're upgraded to a good level, you'll be getting 80% commissions. It's going to swarm you, overwhelm you with Satoshi, and it will just keep going. So get that pay line going. Just do the simple duplication, tell your team what you've done, and have them do the same as long as it can afford it. The locked in comp plan and the Power 11 is recurring income. But as we begin to have people doing this, resharing this, and getting the income, it'll blow their doors off. Pick the level that's best for your budget. Okay. You want to make sure you couple your budget with your willingness and enthusiasm to market. This doesn't happen unless you share. And all you need to do is learn how to invite. This path to one whole Bitcoin is mathematically logical. And all you have to do, remember at the beginning of the presentation, I said you need to learn one simple skill: invite. Do you need to understand the comp plan? Nope. You need to understand what a TPO is or a purchase boost activation is? Nope. Do you need to know how to place an ad? Nope. You want to know those things, but do you need to know them? No. Invite. And we're going to be rolling out more and more recorded presentations. We're always going to do live presentations. We're always active in the Facebook groups and the Telegram groups. We're one big family. We want to pay you. What I say at the beginning, we want to pay you handsomely to help us grow. And I think 80% qualifies as handsomely. All right. You can make generational wealth. You can make an absolute fortune by merely learning to invite and share. And we're going to be talking today at the end of this presentation about our new teaser video. All you got to do is share it with your friends. All right. We're going to be doing more training on what we call the 3 allies. You know, you talk to someone online. "Hey, you know, we talked about Bitcoin. How'd you like to make 1 Bitcoin this year?" It may or may not be for you. I have a short video. Can I send it to you? If you can say that 5 times a day to 5 different people, you will make a fortune. When someone says, "Send me more information," just invite them to the webinar. If we're not having a webinar that day, just send them the recorded video and then jump online and tell them where to go to buy. That's it. This presentation explains it. Simple, simple, simple. So let's get started. Do what's best for you. Lead by example. Your team will do the same. Okay. Now, I want to remind everybody that there are two purchase locations. I wish I talked to Frank about it. At this point, we don't have one button that says, okay, buy the mailer and the TPO. So the mailer, let's buy that first. Let's get you rolling. Click on mailer, click on buy mailer upgrade. All right. Then in the traffic exchange section, click on buy TPOs and follow the prompts to buy the TPO that's best for you. In the packages, it'd be either TPO2, TPO5, or TPO7. Feel free to buy up or down from there, but remember, you want to try and do at least what the recommendation is. And if you want to do a little more, that's great, because you can tell your team that you're leading by example. Now, again, real quickly, the best option for those that can afford it and are active marketers, buy the lifetime and the TPO7. Next best is the annual and the TPO5, less than $100. And for those of you just getting started, TPO2 and the extended monthly. And remember, the extended monthly, the monthly purchase, the monthly renewal doesn't occur until 30 days after we hit 1,000 paid members. Okay? A lot of information, kind of overwhelming. Don't worry. A, you can listen to this again and again. B, I encourage you to come to these presentations, invite your prospects, invite your friends, welcome them when they come. And when you come to listen to the webinars, you'll hear something new. I like to say, hey, the presentations are always the same. The words are just different. Okay, you can see I'm not working off a script. I've got bullet points and I talk about it. But the path to one Bitcoin is your choice. What will you choose? I want to thank you so very much for coming in. I'll stop the recording now. Those of you in the room, please hang out. I will be in a future presentation. I will be putting in the link to the teaser video so that you have that. We'll be talking about that in the Q&A afterwards, and just learn how to share, and you can get on not only on the road to one whole Bitcoin, but you can greatly enhance other programs or products or services that you're marketing. Again, you know the drill. Let's rock and roll, have some fun, make a whole lot of Bitcoin, and help a whole lot of people do the same. I want to thank you so very much.